Morning. Are you ready for story time? I think we need to adjust this down just a little bit. There we go. If you're ready for a story, gather round. If you're ready for a story, gather round. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, gather round. Are you ready to sing? Okay. If you're ready for a story, please sit down. If you're ready for a story, please sit down. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, please sit down. Rainbow. You enjoy doing that, don't you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. You ready for a seat? Okay. So, good morning again. It is some wet weather out there today, which is appropriate since our letter is W. Did you know you could do that? You can also do M. W. M. All right, well, let's get started. No time like the present. Right? Okay, the letter W. What does the letter W say? You know what it says? It says that we should take our sillies out first. That's what it says. Let's do that before we forget. Okay. And we don't have to come up with a word because we already have a W word in our song. Do you know what it is? Think about the song. We're going to wiggle our waggles away. So I don't need to add anything. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. We're going to shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. And wiggle our waggles away. We're going to shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. And wiggle our waggles away. Yay! All right. Lots of W's in that. Wiggling or waggles away. I don't know what a waggle is, but we're going to wiggle it away. And then we're going to learn about the letter W. So what does W sound like? Lots of letters sort of say their names. When you just say them, they say the sound they make. A W. I don't know any words that start with W. No. W goes whoa, whoa. Can you do that? Whoa. Like wow starts with W. Whoa, wow. All right. So W is one that is often paired with an H, and then it comes out kind of whip, whip. You know what whipped cream is? Whip. So a little bit different sound, but you still hear that whoa, whoa sound at the beginning. So what are some names that start with W? Girl names, I had Wendy. And an old name that you don't hear very often anymore, Wilhelmina. Some girls that were named Wilhelmina would go by Willie because they didn't like the big long name. And actually, I had a music teacher whose last name was very close to Wilhelmina. It was Wilhelmie. Mrs. Wilhelmie was my music teacher in elementary school. And now a name that is the name of a tree, but is a common new name. And you might know some girls named Willow. My next door neighbor's daughter is Willow. Now for boys, I have William, which can be shortened to Will, or sometimes made a little bit cute to be Willie, Willard, and Walter, and Wallace. Hear the W right at the beginning of all of those really strongly. Next week is going to be interesting because we're going to do X. Not many things start with X, so we're going to have to use words that have X in the middle of them to even get some words for us to use. But that's besides the point. But W is right there at the beginning, just saying his name or saying his sound. So other things. How about foods? Anybody hungry? I am. Watermelon. You like watermelon in summer? whipped cream? How about waffles? Mm. And walnuts. Do you like walnuts? People have them a lot in the wintertime. How about, now this could have fallen under food, technically, water, but as in other things that begin with W, water, walking, the color white, wiggle, wiggle our Bibles, yep, and the wind. All those begin with W. And the weather, the word weather begins with W. How about animals? Whales, walruses, warthogs. How about a whale shark? Those are the cool spotted-looking sharks that look like somebody dotted all over them with a magic marker. Okay. So those are lots of words that begin with W. Let's look at our books that we're going to read or that are here that you could borrow. So, sack of books. Okay. Now, first one, this is a name that starts with a W, and it's the name of this little dog. This is Widget, and it says right in the beginning, I like this little book. Widget is a little dog without a home. He finds a house that seems like the perfect place to live. There's only one problem. 6 cats live there, and they don't like dogs. But Widget has a plan. This came to us from, this is ours. I forgot this is ours. You can get this book about Widget right here at our library. Here's one about worms, worm weather. And this comes from the James B. Brown Library. Now this one doesn't have W in the title at all, and I forgot actually why I requested it till I looked at it. This is a story about a girl and a whale. And she writes these letters to dear Mr. Blueberry. I can't remember. I've read it before, and I don't remember if Mr. Blueberry is the whale. Nope. Mr. Blueberry is her friend, and she talks about her whale named Arthur. This is from James C. Brown. Davy's Dream. As you can see, there's an orca whale on the cover. This one was, once it got here, I was like, oh, this is too long for us to sit and read, but it might be perfect for you at home. And again, this is from James C. Brown. And I initially thought of this book to read because I love this book, but then I found one I loved even more. But this is called The Eye of the Whale from James C. Brown, about a real-life encounter with a whale up close by a man in a scuba diver suit. It's really beautiful. And this came to us from James C. Brown. Okay, but today we are going to read Water is Water. And our whale book is The Heart of a Whale. It's such a beautiful book, and it's a little bit of a love story. But we're going to start with the Water is Water book. Okay. You can kind of see the tail of my whale up here. We're going to make a whale. We're going to have a whale of a good time. Okay, let's put the heart of the whale over here. Water is water. Water is water until it becomes something else. Water is an amazing element. This is just such a nice first picture. I thought I'm going to show that to you too. It's just a pretty picture. Kids, the riverbank, and there's a little turtle in here. It's a little hard to see. Water is water. This is a book about the water cycle, which is because water is such an amazing element. It doesn't stay water all the time as we know it, but it's still water. It's kind of strange. So this is going to teach you a little bit about that. It says, dip, sip, pour me a cup. Water is water until, or excuse me, unless it heats up. Whirl, swirl, watch it curl by. Steam is steam unless You look really close, you can see he's pouring a hot cup of water, probably for tea, and it's steaming out. Just a beautiful picture. Unless it cools high up in the air. A dragon in a wagon, a crow kneading dough, clouds are clouds. Unless. So when the steam gets heated up high or cooled up high, it turns into clouds. Oh, look at this picture. Makes you kind of want fall. The clouds are clouds unless they form low. And we don't call that fog. We don't call that clouds. Yeah, we call it fog. A lot of times when we go for the school bus in the fall, it's foggy. Misty, twisty, where is the town? Fog is fog unless... Fog is fog unless it falls down. Patter, splatter, what is that sound? Rain is rain unless... It's on the ground. Slosh in galoshes, splash to your knees. Puddles or puddles unless... Puddles freeze. Glide, slide, put on the brakes. Ice is ice unless... Unless it forms flakes. Pack, stack, shape it, and... Smack. Snow is snow unless... Spring comes back. Creep, seep, swish in your boots. Mud is mud unless... There are roots. Swig, grow big, reach for the best. Apples are apples unless... They got pressed. Drip, sip, pour me a cup. Cider is cider. Until we drink up. Oh, that's the end. Drink up that water. Look at all the things that water can do and be and become. It's even in the cider. Well, that's not water, but it is. If you were able to analyze it, you would see how much water is actually part of apple cider. And it's not added. It's come from the apple itself, water inside it. Pretty interesting, huh? Okay. Now, I couldn't find a game for today, so we're going to do 2 songs. So we're going to do a song now and a song later, and both our songs are about our whale. Actually, the one is not really a song; it's more like a finger play. But we're going to start, and we're going to start with that. It's just called Whale, and we'll read through it and do the actions, and then we'll do it a couple more times. Okay? Move it up here so I'm not looking down all the time. Stiff neck. Okay. A whale is not as small as us. You see that? A whale is not as small as us. Most whales are bigger than a bus. A whale is not like a fish in the sea. A whale can't walk on the ground. A whale must swim to get around. A whale is a mammal like you, like you and me. But his home is in the deep blue sea. All right, you ready to say it again? A whale is not as small as us. Most whales are bigger than a bus. So big, can't even get my arms in the picture. A whale is not like a fish in the sea. A whale can't walk. Walk. I can't walk. A whale can't walk upon the ground. Nope. A whale must swim to get around. A whale is a mammal like you and me, but his home is in the deep blue sea. A whale is not as small as us. Whales are bigger than a bus. A whale is not a fish in the sea. A whale can't walk up on the ground. A whale must swim to get around. A whale is a mammal like you and me. His home is in the deep blue sea. Did you like that one? That from a while back when I did animals, alphabet animals. All right. Are you ready for our whale book? This is so pretty. Just love this book. The Heart of a Whale. The cover again. Oh. Okay. The words in this are a little small, so I have to look at it a little more closely. It's a big book. Try to show you both pages. Whale sang. Okay. Whales, the words are tiny. I read through it, but it's still tiny, and it's a weird angle that I'm having to read it at. Any better? Nope, it's not any better without the glasses. Whale's song was so beautiful, it could reach the farthest far-aways. It sang of happiness and hope, magic and wonder, always and everywhere. That's what whale song is. Magic. And if you don't know what a whale song sounds like, ask your parents to find it for you on the internet. It was a calming sonata for a wiggly octopus and a cheerful symphony for a sad urchin. See our little urchin here? Remember that was a word from the other week, urchin. And we have a picture of an urchin. Look at the heart on the whale. A lullaby for a herd of newborn seahorses. You see the little seahorses floating on the jellyfish? Of course they'd be a herd. It's a herd of horses, so why wouldn't it be a herd of seahorses? Let's see this picture. Whale sang day after day, night after night, warmly weaving a path of starlight into the seagrass, taller than a forest. And through the wild and tangled undergrowth, Take one of these through the tangled undergrowth. Okay, feels like we missed a page. Okay. Here's our whale. And it says, but even with the roaring waves above him, even with the pounding drumbeat of his heart, even with his song, Whale thought how quiet the sea could be at times. Sometimes it's too quiet. You need a little bit of noise, a little bit of somebody else's heartbeat. Aww, he looks sad, doesn't he? And how there was no song big enough to fill his empty heart. And Whale sighed. You know what a sigh is? It's like you're a big balloon and like it just deflates. And sometimes we feel like that. We just feel empty and sad. When we look very close, our whale is crying. Aww. However, beautiful picture. However, his sigh drifted away like a wish that the ocean carefully gathered and carried for him. It says, past seabeds, through fathoms of dreaming turtles and forgotten treasure. That's where his wish is going. To another. What's that? Another whale? Who followed the wish through the sea all the way to the whale with the empty heart. Look, one whale, two whales. Suddenly somebody's not alone. Look at them together. Together they sang of happiness and hope and magic and wonder. Always and everywhere. Told you it was a love story. Wasn't that, first of all, beautiful book, lovely story, and a little love story thrown in. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. Now we're going to sing, okay? We're going to sing a whale song. Not like they sing. Sorry, I have to take off my glasses. I don't know why my eye itches so much. It's not helpful to tell a story when your eye itches. Okay, so we're going to sing a song. I'm a big whale. Can you say that? I'm a big whale. And we're going to sing it to the tune of a song called Darling Clementine, which you might not know that you know the music to, but it's very commonly used for other songs. And I'm going to hum it, and I'm going to sing the words to My Darling Clementine. But the tune goes, Does that sound familiar? I bet it does. So many people use that for especially these kind of songs. So this is I'm a Big Whale, and the lines are I am swimming, I am swimming, I am swimming in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm swimming, I am swimming in the sea. No hand motions unless you want to. Next line is I am singing, I am singing, I am singing in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm singing in the sea. And then lastly, I'm a spouting, and that's, they have, if you've seen it, I know most of you have seen pictures of whales and cartoons of whales. As a matter of fact, our whale is going to be this called spouting, which is when they blow water out through the top of their head. So I am spouting, I am spouting, I am spouting in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm spouting in the sea. But we're going to sing it to the tune of My Darling Clementine. Okay, you ready? I'm swimming, I'm swimming, I am swimming in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm swimming, I am swimming in the sea. I am singing, I am singing, I am singing in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm singing, I am singing in the sea. I am spouting, I am spouting, I am spouting in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm spouting, I am spouting in the sea. I am swimming, I am swimming, I am swimming in the sea. I'm a big whale and I'm swimming, I am swimming in the sea. It's very catchy, and if you remember it at all, you will probably be singing it all day. Every time I sing a song that has My Darling Clementine in it, it's stuck in my head. All right, so that's our books, that's our song. It's time to have a whale of a good time. I'm going to turn this a little bit. Maybe not that much. My hair here. Too much yesterday happened to my hair today. Okay. There, so you can see our whale. Basically, it's sort of a big circle, ovally thing. This is a little triangle piece, and then half of a circle. And our W is his water spout. So we're actually going to make all of our whale, and then we're going to add the water spout, okay? So a little bit different since we usually start with the letter. Okay, put this over here out of the way. All right, let's see. I can't seem to get this. Okay. I have to bring this. Oh gosh. I don't know. Some weeks I just can't seem to get this lined up straight. My desk over here. Now I used blue and pink and white. There are no pink whales. Remember how I'm always telling you you can make your animals whatever color you want to? Well, I wanted to make a blue whale, but the water was blue, and then the water out of his spout. You know, I'm just going to make a fun colored whale. So you could make your whale any color you want. You can make your ocean any color you want. You can make his water spouting out of his spout any color you want. I don't care. But if you want to do what Miss Kim did, it's blue, pink, and white. Okay, so we're going to start with our paper. And our guy up here has a dot eye, but we're going to use a Google eye if you want, if you have them. Or you can do the cutout white paper and black paper. You can just do a little dot like is on our guy here. Get some tape on my paper. Put it up for us to work on. Okay. All right. Put that back over here. Oh my gosh, it's still not in. A little bit more. There we go. You don't need to see me. You do need to see me. You need to see what I'm doing. I don't know. I can't get this lined up today. Okay. And I actually used most of a full piece of construction paper. This is all I had left. So it's done. Starting with a whole piece. Did not fold it in half. I folded it about 2/3. make a big round piece, okay? But whatever you do whatever you want, okay? To cut it so it was straight, I lined it up and folded it, and then cut down that fold. Folded it. We're going to cut down that, and then use this part to make our big whale body out of. Okay. Somebody needs to clean our scissors. They're sticky. If you cut tape with your scissors, you should always clean your scissors afterwards. I'm going to cut up that line. Voila. Save that because that's going to be this part. Now, if you're little, but you know how to make the circle out of our square, you can do that. I'll show you that to begin with. It gives you more or less sort of a round piece, but as you can see, if you use the full piece, it's going to be a little big. So I recommend trying to cut it down. You can cut off more of the corner, or you can go straight to trimming and just make a big circly thing. Hopefully that will fit on the page. If that's still too big, I'm going to have to trim it even more. Let's see. Well, that's close to the size. I think I am going to make it a little small because we want to have room for our W. Our W water spout. So I'm going to go in, cut it down just a little bit more. See how much I'm cutting off? Just a little bit. You could save these pieces and do something with them if you want to. I also didn't want to make our whale too small because then his water spout would be too small, and that is our letter for the week. So there, that's closer. He's a little bit more oval shaped than my new whale, but that's okay. Shows you can do it either way. Over there. So I'm going to glue that down. That's going to be the first thing we put on. Get your glue sticks and glue. Definitely glue around the outside edge. You can probably leave the center a little undone if you want, or run over it, whatever. You want to get enough glue on here that it holds it down because this is a big piece of paper to glue on. And I kind of made mine hang off just a little bit. See, that gives more room up there for our W, which I think I'm going to need. Okay. Excuse me. I was putting my glue stick there in the other weeks, and it was perfectly fine. Okay. We have this piece of paper. We're going to make sort of a triangle. We're going to come in like we're making a triangle. We aren't even taking it to the top. And that's going to go here. Kind of like when we did our vulture neck last week, if you remember that. That can go there. Can't get stuck. Come on. We're going to glue that down. If you have like some loose around the edges of your big O or your big circle, you can tack it under like I am. And you can put it up here. You can be looking down. Just remember when you put his eye on, you got to get the eye in the right spot. I'm going to put mine right here. I'm going to make this one have his tail up in the air a little bit. Do you know what they call that? Have you ever seen videos of a tail of a whale, and he goes up in the water, his head's down and his tail's up, and then he smacks the water with his tail as he goes in all the way? That's called fluking. Can you say that? Fluking. I would love to go on a whale watch and see a whale do that. Love whales. Okay, we're going to take this piece. I think I did. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I cut like this piece long, but I didn't use the whole thing. I also think I had a slightly smaller thing to start with, so this piece is different shape. You cut this in half to make a square, cut it in half, or make a big rectangle on your own. We're going to round the top. Oops, get over there to the end. It's okay if it's a little lopsided. And then we're just going to take a little bit out of the straight edge so it looks round. Okay? And it's going to go like that. Okay. Glue. Glue, please. The glue stick is being weird. Here. All right. Glue, glue, glue. To me and you. You can put it over. I think I'm going to put mine over his tail part. There we go. There's our whale. Now the only thing we have left to do is our W. And this is really simple. For W this size, I took the short end of a piece of construction paper in white, and I cut it too big. See, here's my finger. It's really not too big. You don't want it too big. It just doesn't work if it's too wide. I cut the whole thing, so we try to cut it really straight. This would be a great place if you have one of those little paper cutters. Whoop, right up there, and you're straight and nice. So you cut that off. Have this. Going to become that. Going to fold it in half once. Cut it. Fold those in half. Well, bend them like you're going to fold them, okay? And then we're going to twist it just a little bit so you get the V like that. Whenever you're comfortable, you don't spread it way out real far because it's got to look like his water spout. So maybe just a little bit. Okay, and then pinch it. And then we're just going to put some glue right in there and put it like right where the fold is actually. And then fold that back up and it'll stay. Do the same with your second one. Try to get them to be, let's see, about the same. So don't have one that's like this, because then this is going to be your W. So you want to line it up. Try and make it match. That's a good word for it. Make it match the first one you did. Okay. And then we're going to glue that. Okay, so now we have these two things. Oh, I like it better this way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue at the top of the middle piece, and just on one. You don't need to do both of them. And then, where did I have it? I liked. I think it's this one. Line that up and try to keep the little points from showing. Once you get it more or less straight, also this like here should be about the same size as up there. We don't want to spread it out like huge. And now you're like, oh, mine is fairly straight and even across the top. I'm just going to trim it a little bit to make it look good. But if you have things poking up and stuff, you can trim it off and make your proper W. And then that's just going to get right here. You can tuck it behind. I did it on top so that we could see the bottom part of the W, so we could know that it was actually the W in our picture. Okay, so and glue for that, you know, up all the legs of the Y. Now you could, I'll tell you this before you glue, hopefully, you could just glue him at the bottom where it comes out of the whale. since it's supposed to be water, and that would make it look a little bit more realistic. Here. Put it in. There's our W. Now the only thing we have left is I used a crayon to make a nice smiley, and you can make a super serious smiley, you know, regulation smiley. But I think I'm going to make a squiggly smiley this time. There's my squiggly smile. And like I said, we're going to use a googly eye. If you don't have one, you know how to make eyes, and all over that. And there's our boy. And I brought one out. I'm going to cover up my little dot eye that I used when I made our sample. There we go. Maybe it'll stay on. I have to get more glue. I'll let it dry. Okay. Do you like our whale? Here, let's look at it. I forgot I taped it down. This one's not taped down. Stuck, but it's not taped down. There we go. Bring him over real close for you to see our whale. Isn't he a nice whale? I hope you've collected all your animals from this Year of Story Times. I have them all over on the wall here in the children's room, and I have them out by the circulation desk because I think they look pretty cool. All right, so it is time to go. Let me turn this back here this way. Another week is done. We only have 3 more weeks of story time. We're on W. There's X, Y, and Z. And then we're done. Miss Kim has been thinking that maybe over the summer, even though she works with the teens during summer reading, that maybe once a week on Thursday morning, she would just read one book. And you could come here and hear me read your book. So just to keep having fun. All right. It's time for buys. This thing is so weird today. No. So come back next week for the most difficult letter in the whole alphabet, the letter X. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. You be a sweet parakeet. Give a hug, ladybug. See you real soon, raccoon. Take care, polar bear. Out the door, dinosaur. Blow a kiss, goldfish. Oh, all right. Have you guys memorized that yet? Every time I think that I have it memorized, I have to look at some word for it. So don't feel bad if you haven't. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I don't have it memorized. All right. Are you guys ready for our closing song? Are you ready to sing? Are you? Okay. Right. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. We'd like to stay, but we must say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. See you next week.